The stars above Earth seemed quiet, almost too quiet. The consortium of advanced civilizations had sent fleets across the galaxy, exploring planets, studying life forms, and cataloging technology. Yet Earth had always been a curiosity. Its signals were weak, its technology barely spacefaring. Many species dismissed it as insignificant, but a strange anomaly had appeared in the Arctic region. A deep, unnatural energy signature, faint yet persistent, had caught the attention of the consortium's sensors. The alien fleets were intrigued. A probe confirmed that something massive was buried beneath the ice, something far older and more advanced than any civilization on Earth. Admiral Vorel, a tall, four-limbed officer of the Zytherian fleet, looked at the holographic display with a mix of disbelief and excitement. "This is unusual," he said, his voice echoing across the bridge. "Nothing in our archives even comes close to this signature. It's enormous, and it defies physics." "Impossible," muttered Commander Thali, a sleek creature with silver skin and eyes like molten gold. "This planet barely has satellites in orbit. How could something like this be here, hidden beneath ice for millennia?" "That's exactly why we must investigate," Admiral Vorel said. "Send the excavation teams, prepare for ground entry." The Arctic was cold, even by alien standards. The team landed in an open plain of white ice, wind biting and strong. Their machines began cutting through the thick layers, revealing a vast metallic surface that shimmered strangely under the sun. The structure was massive, larger than any known ship in the galaxy. Its surface curved in impossible angles, reflecting light in ways that made it hard to focus on any single point. "Unbelievable," whispered an alien scientist recording. "Every detail. The material, it's not in our database. Stronger than titanium, lighter than hydrogen foam, yet flexible. And the energy lines running through it, they are alive, almost conscious." Vorel nodded. "We must proceed carefully. This ship is ancient, but it may still function. One wrong move, and we risk awakening something we cannot control." As the aliens carefully excavated, humans appeared, small, unassuming, yet full of curiosity. They had been living near the Arctic research stations, observing the ice shifts and odd readings. When they saw the excavation, they approached, waving. Vorel frowned. "Humans, primitive, weak, barely capable of space travel. What are they doing here?" "They are curious," said Thali. "They may not understand the danger. They could interfere." But the humans did not run. One man, tall and wiry, stepped forward confidently. "We can help," he said. His voice was calm, and there was something in his eyes that made the aliens pause. "We know these lands, we know the ice, and we can help you understand what you've found." The aliens exchanged skeptical glances. Trusting humans was not common. They were unpredictable. But the humans had something the aliens did not: intuition. The first hatch was buried under ice for centuries. When it finally opened, it emitted a faint hum, vibrating the ground. The alien scanners went wild. Energy readings spiked, fluctuating rapidly, impossible to measure accurately. Thali stepped back. "It's alive," she whispered. "The ship is reacting to our presence." The humans stepped closer, seemingly unafraid. One reached out, touching a panel. The ship shivered, then a section of the hatch slid open silently. The aliens stared, stunned. "Remarkable," said Vorel. "It's responding to them, not us." The humans smiled faintly, but did not speak. They moved inside, carefully, their eyes scanning every angle. The corridors were dark, yet lit by faint lines of energy that traced patterns along the walls. Symbols unlike any alphabet pulsed with light. "This ship is beyond reason," one human whispered. "Its design, it's alive in a way. It knows what we are." Vorel's jaw tightened. "Do not underestimate humans," he muttered to Thali. "Perhaps we have." Inside, the ship was vast, far larger than the scanners had predicted. Corridors branched in impossible directions, stairs that seemed to lead nowhere, platforms floating midair with no visible support. The aliens' instruments struggled, failing to map the layout. The humans, however, seemed to understand intuitively. They turned corners, pressed panels, and navigated with ease. "This is extraordinary," said one alien scientist, following cautiously. "They are reading the ship, interacting with it. No other species has shown such compatibility." The humans paused at a central chamber. The walls were lined with strange orbs glowing faintly. A faint hum filled the room, vibrating in their bones. One human reached out to touch an orb. Light spread instantly, forming a holographic image of stars, galaxies, and unfamiliar star systems. "It's a map," said the human. "And not just any map, these are coordinates of ancient civilizations. Some of them extinct, some still thriving. Whoever built this, they cataloged the galaxy." The alien's jaws dropped. "This cannot be," Vorel said. "Why would such technology exist buried here?" The humans exchanged glances. "Because it was waiting for someone," one of them said simply. "And maybe it chose us." The air inside the chamber vibrated, almost as if alive. The ship reacted to the humans' presence in ways that the aliens could not explain. Doors opened before they approached. Panels activated with gestures. Traps that could have been lethal simply deactivated when humans entered. Thali whispered. To Vorel, "It's selecting. It responds to humans. Perhaps it recognizes potential rather than strength." Vorel nodded slowly. "Or intelligence, ingenuity, adaptability. Humans have survived on a fragile world with minimal technology. Perhaps they possess something the rest of us cannot replicate." The humans continued exploring, moving deeper into the ship. The corridors twisted, walls shifted, and sections of the ship opened only to them. Ancient alien technology, far beyond comprehension, awaited them. The aliens watched, learning that humans were not just curious, they were capable, resilient and intuitive in ways that defied logic. Hours passed. The humans uncovered a chamber sealed in a strange energy field. The aliens hesitated, unsure if it could be opened safely. One human stepped forward, calm and confident. The field pulsed against him, yet he touched it, and it parted like water. Inside were artifacts, small devices that seemed ordinary yet radiated immense energy. Panels flickered and a holographic message appeared, its language alien even to the consortium. The humans studied it carefully and slowly, meaning emerged. "This is a record," one human whispered, "of a civilization far older than any we know. They valued intelligence, creativity, courage, traits that define a species' worth. This ship was a test for anyone who finds it." Vorel's eyes widened. "A test?" "Yes," the human said, "and it seems it recognizes us." Outside, the Arctic wind howled. The sun dipped toward the horizon, casting long shadows over the ice. The aliens retreated cautiously, leaving the humans to explore further. For the first time, the consortium began to see humans differently, not as primitive, weak, or insignificant, but as something extraordinary. The Arctic winds had died down by the time the humans stepped deeper into the alien ship. Outside, the consortium forces kept their distance, hovering over the ice in sleek ships, scanning every corner for danger. But inside, the corridors were silent except for the faint hum of energy flowing through walls that seemed almost alive. The humans moved carefully, their eyes wide with awe. The ship was far larger than any building on Earth, with ceilings stretching high above them, corridors bending at angles that made alien sensors confused. The walls glowed faintly, showing patterns and symbols that no species had ever decoded fully. This is unbelievable," said Mara, a young human scientist. She ran her fingers along a glowing panel. "The materials, the way this ship holds energy, it's like it's alive, but in a way we can interact with." Her companion, Captain Elias, nodded. I told you, Mara, this isn't just a ship, it's a legacy. Whoever built this didn't just want to travel, they wanted to test the beings who might find it. Meanwhile, Admiral Vorel and Commander Thali watched the humans from the observation deck. The aliens were astonished. While most of their technology could handle complex calculations, simulations, and puzzles, the humans approached problems differently. They relied on intuition, creativity, and collaboration instead of pure logic. Look at them, Thali said, her golden eyes narrowing. They aren't using tools like we do. They are thinking, improvising, feeling the ship. Vorel frowned. I warned the fleet not to underestimate humans. Perhaps I underestimated them too. Inside the ship, the humans discovered a chamber filled with strange devices. Orbs floated in the air, pulsing with soft light, and panels displayed star maps and symbols that shifted as if alive. Mara reached out to one of the orbs. It hovered near her hand, glowing brighter, then projected a holographic map of the galaxy. Look. At this, she said, pointing. These coordinates, they aren't random. This map shows ancient civilizations, some extinct, some still surviving. Whoever made this ship cataloged the galaxy. And these aren't just locations. They're warnings, instructions, even tests. Captain Elias stepped forward. Tests. Yes, Mara said. I think the ship was designed to challenge whoever found it, to see if they are capable, and it's responding to us. The humans began interacting with more devices. They pressed panels, adjusted controls, and moved objects in ways that seemed natural. Each time, the ship reacted differently. Lights changed, doors opened, traps deactivated. Alien sensors could not predict these changes. Only humans, with their unique combination of logic and intuition, seemed to make sense of it. Outside, the consortium fleet murmured among themselves. Many species had tried to access the ship before, but none could pass the initial security systems. Their technology was advanced but rigid. Humans were flexible, adaptive, and fearless in the face of the unknown. Vorel whispered, They are compatible with the ship in a way no other species could be. It's as if the ship recognizes them. Thali's eyes narrowed. Do you think it chooses based on intelligence? Not just intelligence, Vorel said slowly. Ingenuity, creativity, courage, maybe even empathy. Traits that cannot be measured by machines alone. Deeper inside the ship, the humans entered a chamber that seemed almost organic. The walls pulsed like a heartbeat, and the floor shifted, under their feet forming pathways that seemed impossible. One wrong step could have sent them falling into unseen depths, yet they moved with precision, trusting their instincts. Mara stopped at a glowing panel. These symbols, they're instructions, but not in words, in patterns, shapes, rhythm. The ship, it communicates differently with us. I can feel it guiding us. Captain Elias nodded. Let's follow it. Whatever it wants to show us, we need to understand. As they proceeded, the ship shifted again. Platforms rose and rotated. Doors slid, opened silently, and corridors reconfigured themselves. Alien technology outside the humans remained static, cold, and predictable. But the humans adapted, solved the puzzles, and moved forward without hesitation. Suddenly, a large chamber opened before them. The walls were covered in panels that displayed strange energy flows. In the center, a holographic structure of a humanoid figure pulsed with light. It was unlike anything they had ever seen, tall, elegant, and clearly intelligent. This must be a record, Mara said. A representation of the builders of this ship, their form, their design. But look at the energy patterns. They are teaching us something. Not in words, in logic, in creativity, in adaptation. Captain Elias examined the surrounding panels. This is incredible. It's almost like a test chamber. See how the ship responds to our actions? Each decision, each movement, each thought, it seems to measure our potential. Mara smiled. It's not just measuring. I think it's acknowledging us, recognizing that we are capable of understanding it. Outside the chamber, the aliens were watching intently. Many began to whisper among themselves. "This is impossible," said one scientist. "Humans, they are passing tests that we could not even attempt. Our species fails at the first level." Vorel shook his head. "Perhaps humans have traits we don't fully understand. They are resilient, adaptive, unpredictable, and sometimes unpredictability is the key to survival." Thali frowned. "We have always relied on strength, technology, and analysis. But humans, they rely on each other, on creativity, on intuition. That may be why they succeed." Inside the ship, the humans approached a final panel. It glowed brighter than the rest, casting shadows across their faces. As they touched it, the energy pulsed outward, and a voice-like hum filled the chamber. It was not words. They could not understand it, but a feeling of communication flowed directly into their Aintawa minds. "It's teaching us," Mara whispered. "Or maybe it's testing us one last time. The pattern changes based on how we think, how we respond. I've never seen anything like this." Captain Elias nodded. "Whatever this is, it's beyond reason, beyond our understanding. But we can handle it, we adapt, we learn, we survive. That's what makes us human." The ship seemed to respond, opening a hidden compartment in the wall. Inside were devices, small but intricate, pulsing with energy. Holographic images of stars, planets, and ancient civilizations flickered to life. The humans studied them, decoding symbols, patterns, and sequences. "These devices, they're a key," Mara said. "They allow access to the knowledge stored in the ship. Whoever built this, they left a path for those who could understand it. And we are following that path." Outside, Admiral Vorel finally spoke. "Prepare the fleet. Observe, but do not interfere. Humans are the key. Perhaps they are the inheritors of something far beyond our comprehension." Thali remained silent for a moment, then nodded. "It is remarkable. I had doubts, but they are proving themselves. Humans. They may be more than what we expected." As the humans explored, the ship's energy pulsed in rhythm with their actions. Doors opened, pathways shifted, and new chambers revealed themselves. Every step they took seemed to unlock secrets, and every solution they found confirmed that humans possessed traits no other species could match. Ingenuity, courage, adaptability, and the ability to perceive patterns where others saw chaos. For the first time, the consortium began to see humans differently. They were no longer insignificant. They were capable, special, perhaps even extraordinary. And deep beneath the ice, the ship seemed to hum with approval. Ancient technology, long dormant, had awakened to recognize humans, not as primitive beings, but as potential heirs of knowledge far beyond reason. The humans paused at the next chamber's entrance, looking at each other with excitement and determination. They did not yet know the full extent of the ship's secrets. But one thing was certain: whatever lay ahead would change the galaxy's view of humanity forever. The deeper the humans went into the alien ship, the more it revealed its wonders and its challenges. The corridors were no longer simple passageways. They shifted as if alive, bending and twisting in impossible angles. Gravity seemed to adjust. With their movements, and light pulsed rhythmically along walls, floors, and ceilings, casting moving patterns that resembled constellations. Mara stepped carefully through one such corridor. "It's like the ship is thinking," she whispered. "Responding to us. I can feel it." Captain Elias nodded, scanning the walls. "Every step we take, every decision we make, it reacts. It's testing us, or teaching us. Maybe both." Meanwhile, the aliens outside continued to monitor their progress. Many were astonished. Despite the complexity of the ship, the humans navigated it with ease, solving puzzles, avoiding hidden dangers, and interacting with the ship in ways the aliens could not predict. Vorel, observing from his bridge, muttered to Thali, studied countless civilizations, but never one like this. Humans. They are intuitive, adaptive, and fearless. Traits we rarely see combined. Perhaps this is what the ship is seeking. Thali's eyes narrowed. Other species rely on tools, calculations, and technology. Humans, they rely on creativity, courage, and each other. That may be why they succeed. Inside, the humans entered a vast chamber filled with holographic displays. Each display represented a different galaxy, a different civilization, and what seemed to be a history of wars, alliances, discoveries, and extinction events. The patterns were complex, but the humans could read them instinctively. Mara reached out and touched one of the panels. The hologram shifted, zooming into a star system with planets that had long been forgotten. These civilizations, some of them didn't survive, she said, but their knowledge is here. The builders of this ship preserved it for whoever could understand it. Captain Elias studied another panel. It's almost like a library, but alive. It adapts to us, tests us, teaches us all at the same time, and it seemed pleased with what it sees. The humans then discovered a series of rooms that resembled training chambers. Each chamber contained challenges that required quick thinking, creativity, and adaptability. One room had shifting platforms over a glowing energy pit. Another contained puzzles that altered every time they tried to solve them. This is incredible, Mara said. It's not just a ship. It's a school, a test. Whoever built this, they wanted to measure the potential of the beings who find it. Captain Elias smiled. And I think it has measured us and found us worthy. The aliens outside were still skeptical. Many believed humans were lucky or simply surviving by accident. But as the humans solved each challenge with precision, skill, and intuition, it became clear. Humans possessed something other species did not. They could see solutions where others saw chaos, adapt instantly to changing circumstances, and think creatively under pressure. Vorel whispered. Humans are special, more than I imagined. Perhaps this is what the builders wanted. Not strength, not technology, but adaptability, courage, and ingenuity. Thali nodded slowly. They are proving that a species does not need the most advanced technology to achieve greatness. Sometimes the mind, the heart, and the will are enough. Deeper still, the humans discovered a chamber that seemed to store knowledge directly within the ship's energy. As they entered, holographic images of the ancient builders appeared. Tall, elegant beings with radiant energy coursing through them, they moved with grace and intelligence. Their hands were outstretched as if offering the humans a gift or a challenge. Mara studied the images. They valued intelligence, yes, but also courage, creativity, and resilience. These chambers, they test all of that. And we're passing. Captain. Elias looked at her, admiration in his eyes. The ship is alive. It interacts with our thoughts, our instincts, our decisions. It's teaching us and recognizing us at the same time. The humans approached another chamber, this one sealed with a complex energy barrier. The aliens outside would have struggled to penetrate it. But the humans studied it carefully, observing patterns and flows. They noticed small shifts in the energy that responded to their movements and gestures. This isn't just a barrier, Mara said. It's a test. It adapts to the one who tries to pass it. Watch. With careful precision, the humans moved through the barrier, each step measured, each gesture deliberate. The energy pulsed and shifted, then parted completely, allowing them to enter. Inside, they found a central console displaying symbols and diagrams that no alien could interpret. These are instructions, Mara said. Not words, not numbers, patterns, shapes, logic. The ship communicates differently with us. It's almost alive, but it understands humans. Captain Elias smiled. We are learning, and the ship is teaching us. Whoever built this, they intended this for a species like ours. As the humans explored, the ship continued to change around them. Corridors reconfigured, platforms moved, and holographic chambers appeared in new locations. Each challenge became more difficult, requiring not just intelligence, but cooperation, courage, and adaptability. One room contained a simulated environment, mimicking alien worlds with dangerous conditions. The humans had to navigate shifting terrain, energy storms, and complex puzzles. Alien species outside would have failed instantly, unable to adapt to the unpredictable environment. But humans used teamwork, creativity, and observation to succeed. "This is more than survival," Mara said. "It's a demonstration of what we can do together. The ship, it's showing us that our potential is greater than we imagined." Captain Elias nodded. "Exactly. This is the kind of intelligence the EE universe respects. Not brute force, not rigid logic, but courage, creativity, and the ability to adapt." Hours turned into a full day as the humans continued exploring. The aliens outside began to whisper among themselves, some with doubt, some with awe. "This is impossible," said one alien scientist. "Humans. They are passing tests no other species could even begin to approach." "How?" Vorel replied quietly. "It is not luck. Humans are unique. Their combination of traits, intuition, courage, creativity, and resilience, allows them to succeed where others fail. Perhaps this is why the builders left this ship here, to find species like them." Tali added, "We measure technology, power, and speed, but the ship measures something else, and humans, they excel at that something else." Finally, the humans reached a chamber that seemed to be the heart of the ship. Energy flowed like rivers, walls shimmered, and the air vibrated with power. In the center was a holographic pedestal projecting a message. The language was alien, impossible for outsiders to understand, but the humans could interpret it instinctively, feeling the meaning rather than reading it. "This is a legacy," Mara whispered. "It speaks of a civilization far beyond our comprehension. They cataloged the galaxy, recorded knowledge, and created this ship to test those who might inherit it. And I think it recognizes us." Captain Elias placed his hand on the pedestal. Light spread through the chamber, illuminating symbols and energy lines across the walls. "It's acknowledging us," he said, "not as primitive beings, but as worthy inheritors. We've proven ourselves." Outside, Admiral Vorel and the alien fleet watched the energy pulse across the ice. The humans had succeeded where others could not. The consortium began to see humanity in a new light. These fragile, primitive beings from a small planet had just demonstrated intelligence, courage, and adaptability that far surpassed their expectations. Vorel whispered, "The galaxy underestimated humans. They are not just survivors. They are innovators, explorers, and thinkers. Perhaps they are destined for greatness." Thali nodded, her expression thoughtful. "And now they are on the path to something far greater than any of us imagined. The ship has recognized them, and in doing so, it has changed the way we see humanity." The humans paused at the chamber's edge, looking back at the path they had traveled. The ship pulsed around them, alive, acknowledging their presence and abilities. Each test, each puzzle, each challenge had been overcome. And yet, they knew this was only the beginning. Beyond this chamber lay knowledge, power, and secrets that could reshape the galaxy. But the humans would face them together, using creativity, courage, and ingenuity, the very traits that had carried them this far. The chamber glowed with a radiant light that seemed almost alive. The humans had passed every test the alien ship had laid before them, and now it shifted, as if recognizing their achievement. Platforms floated into new positions, corridors reconfigured, themselves and previously hidden rooms revealed themselves. The ship had fully awakened, ready to reveal its secrets. Captain Elias looked at Mara. "We're about to see what this ship is truly capable of, and I have a feeling it's going to change everything." Mara nodded. "I can feel it. Every pulse, every hum. It's responding to us. It's as if it trusts humans more than any other species." Outside, The consortium fleet watched anxiously. They had witnessed humans succeed at challenges that no alien could solve. Some were awed, others fearful. The general consensus among the aliens was clear. Humans were no longer primitive. They were something far greater. Forel muttered to Thali, "Prepare the observers. Humans are about to interact with the ship at its highest level. What happens next could change the balance of power in the galaxy." Thali's golden eyes narrowed. "We must watch closely, but I suspect the ship is about to show them what humans were meant to find." Inside, the humans entered a vast central chamber. Energy coursed through the walls like rivers, and the air hummed with power. At the center of the room, a massive console floated mid-air, pulsing with patterns of light that changed with every movement the humans made. "This must be the control center," Mara whispered. "Whatever the ship does, it's managed from here." Captain Elias stepped forward, placing his hand on the console. Light spread across the chamber, forming intricate holographic patterns that represented star systems, civilizations, and technology beyond comprehension. "The ship, it's showing us everything," Elias said. "Not just knowledge, but possibilities. It's giving us the tools to understand and shape the galaxy." As they studied the console, the ship responded to their actions. Pathways shifted, doors opened, and sections of the chamber reconfigured to provide new challenges. These were no longer tests, but opportunities. Opportunities for humans to demonstrate ingenuity, creativity, and leadership. One chamber contained a simulation of a complex battle. The humans analyzed it, recognizing patterns and strategies. While alien species would have relied on brute force or pre-programmed calculations, the humans adapted in real time. They coordinated, predicted outcomes, and created solutions that no machine could calculate. This is what sets us apart," Mara said. "Other species rely on rules and calculations. We rely on creativity, cooperation, and quick thinking. That's why we succeed." Another simulation displayed an environment filled with dangers, unstable terrain, shifting energy fields, and unpredictable obstacles. The humans navigated it using intuition, teamwork, and observation. Every movement, every decision was guided not only by logic but also by experience and courage. Captain Elias smiled. "Every challenge the ship presents, we adapt. Every test, we overcome. It's not luck, it's human nature. We survive, we thrive, we innovate." Mara nodded. "And the ship? It's learning with us, responding to our creativity, our resilience. It's alive, and it recognizes our potential." Outside, the aliens were both fascinated and concerned. Many had never seen a species interact with technology in such a way. Humans were not just solving problems, they were shaping the environment around them. They demonstrated adaptability, courage, and intelligence that far exceeded the expectations of the consortium. Forel muttered, "Humans are extraordinary. Perhaps the builders intended this ship for a species like them. Not the strongest, not the fastest, but adaptable, intelligent, and courageous. Traits we have rarely seen combined." Thali nodded. "They are proving that technology alone is not enough. The mind, the heart, and the will. These are what the ship values. And humans have all three in abundance." The central console projected a holographic image of a star system unfamiliar to the humans. The planets glowed with faint energy, and structures on the surface seemed impossible. Mara studied it carefully. These planets? They were built by the same civilization as this ship, advanced beyond our understanding. The ship is showing us their technology, their knowledge, their achievements, and it's allowing us to access it. Captain Elias looked at her. "This is incredible. The ship isn't just a repository of knowledge. It's a bridge, a way for us to inherit the wisdom of a civilization far beyond our galaxy's current understanding." The ship's energy pulsed in rhythm with their thoughts. Doors opened, platforms shifted, and holographic interfaces appeared in response to their decisions. Humans worked together seamlessly, using intuition, logic, and courage to navigate the increasingly complex chambers. At one point, A massive, holographic wall displayed a series of puzzles that would have stumped the most advanced alien minds, but the humans solved them, not by brute force or calculation, but by observing patterns, thinking creatively, and taking risks. The ship responded, glowing brighter and opening hidden chambers. "This is remarkable," Mara said. "The ship isn't just testing us anymore. It's teaching us, showing us that our potential is far greater than we realized." Another chamber contained a simulation of the consortium fleet itself. The humans analyzed the holographic battle, anticipating strategies and predicting outcomes with uncanny accuracy. Unlike the aliens who relied on pre-programmed logic and standard tactics, the humans adapted on the fly, creating innovative solutions that the simulation could not predict. "This is why the ship favors us," Captain Elias said. "Other species follow rules. We create rules. Other species fear uncertainty. We embrace it. That is the difference," Mara added, "and the ship recognizes it. Every pulse, every light, every reaction. It acknowledges our abilities. We are proving ourselves worthy of its legacy." Hours turned into days as the humans explored the ship's full capabilities. They discovered energy sources capable of powering entire planets, databases of galactic knowledge, and advanced technologies that could reshape space travel. Every discovery revealed new potential, and every challenge demonstrated the humans' unique combination of creativity, courage, and adaptability. Outside, the aliens continued to observe. Some were awed, some fearful, and others envious. The humans, fragile and seemingly insignificant, had accomplished what no other species could. They had not only survived but excelled, proving that humanity was more than its technology or size. It was the mind, the spirit, and the will that made them extraordinary. Vorel whispered, "The galaxy underestimated humans. They are not just survivors. They are innovators, explorers, leaders. Perhaps they are destined for greatness." Thali added, "We have witnessed something extraordinary. The ship has awakened to humanity, and in doing so it has shown us that humans are capable of far more than we imagined." At the heart of the ship, the humans discovered the final chamber. Energy flowed like rivers, illuminating symbols and patterns that pulsed with life. A massive holographic interface appeared, projecting a vision of the galaxy itself, stars, planets, civilizations, and unknown regions. "This is it," Mara said. "The culmination of everything the ship has shown us. All the knowledge, all the challenges, all the tests. It's here, waiting for us to take it further." Captain Elias reached out and touched the holographic interface. Light spread across the chamber, filling every corner with a radiant glow. The ship hummed in harmony with their actions, responding to their thoughts, decisions, and intentions. "It's acknowledging us," Elias said. "Not as primitive beings, but as worthy inheritors. We've proven ourselves, and now we can lead, explore, and shape the galaxy." Outside, the consortium fleet observed the transformation. The humans were no longer just curious explorers. They were leaders, innovators, and visionaries. The ship had recognized them, activated fully under their guidance, and revealed technologies and knowledge that could alter the course of galactic history. Vorel whispered, "The galaxy will never underestimate humans again. They are not just a species, they are a force. Creative, courageous, adaptive, unstoppable when united." Thali nodded slowly. "And now, they have the ship, the legacy of a civilization beyond reason. The galaxy will see what humans are truly capable of." As the humans exited the central chamber, the ship pulsed with energy, following them like a living entity. Every corridor, every chamber, every holographic display seemed to respond to their presence. They had not only unlocked the ship's secrets but demonstrated humanity's unique ability to adapt, innovate, and lead. Captain Elias looked at Mara, a smile of triumph on his face. "This is only the beginning. The knowledge we've gained, the skills we've honed, the galaxy will never be the same." Mara nodded. "And it all started with trust, courage, and the willingness to explore the unknown. Humans were meant for this, Elias. We were meant to rise. Deep beneath the Arctic ice, the alien ship glowed like a beacon. It had awakened to humanity, recognizing their potential and granting them access to knowledge far beyond reason. The humans had triumphed, not through force, not through technology, but through courage, creativity, and unity. The galaxy had taken notice, and for the first time humanity stood ready to shape its destiny among the stars. The Arctic sky glowed faintly with the aurora, reflected off the massive ship that now hovered slightly above the ice. Humanity had fully activated the alien vessel, a feat no other species could have achieved. The ship, alive with pulsing energy, seemed to acknowledge them as its rightful inheritors. Humans were no longer primitive beings. They were a species recognized for courage, creativity, and adaptability. Captain Elias stepped onto the bridge of the ship, looking at the stars above. "It's incredible," he said. "All this knowledge, all this power, it's ours to understand, to explore, to use responsibly." Mara stood beside him, eyes wide with wonder. "The ship isn't just technology, it's a guide. It teaches us, it responds to us, and it trusts us. That's something no other species has ever earned." The consortium fleet hovered in orbit, cautiously observing. For decades, the galaxy had considered humans weak, slow, and insignificant. But now, the aliens had witnessed humanity succeed at challenges that tested intelligence, creativity, and courage beyond comprehension. Borel spoke quietly to Thali. "They are no longer insignificant. They've unlocked the secrets of a civilization far beyond our understanding. The ship has chosen them. And in doing so, humanity has proven its worth." Thali nodded. "It's remarkable. They've shown patience, creativity, courage, and cooperation. Traits we have valued but never combined in a species like this. The galaxy has underestimated them for too long." Inside the ship, humans began exploring the vast repositories of knowledge it contained. Holographic star maps of ancient civilizations illuminated rooms, displaying lost worlds and technologies. Energy devices once dormant, now pulsed with power, ready to be studied and understood. Mara moved from one display to another, absorbing the knowledge. This civilization, they cataloged the galaxy. They preserved history, technology, and wisdom for those who could inherit it. And now, that's us. Captain Elias examined a holographic model of a distant star system. "We could use this knowledge to advance Earth. Not to dominate, but to protect, to explore, to understand. We have a responsibility now." The ship began to respond to humans' intentions. It reconfigured its systems, showing simulations, predictive models, and options for exploration. The humans were not just passengers, they were active participants in shaping the future. One chamber projected potential outcomes across the galaxy. Wars avoided, planets stabilized, civilizations connected. Another simulation displayed the misuse of technology, showing how power without wisdom could lead to chaos. The humans carefully studied each scenario, understanding the responsibility that came with their new knowledge. Captain Elias said, "This ship isn't just giving us power. It's teaching us how to use it wisely. It's a test even now, and we must pass it." Outside, the consortium watched silently. They had come expecting a primitive species, perhaps amusing curiosity, or a minor addition to the galactic map. But now they were faced with humans wielding intelligence, creativity, and courage at a level none could match. Vorel whispered, "We underestimated them. They are not just explorers. They are leaders, innovators, and thinkers. The galaxy will never be the same." Thali added, "The ship has chosen humans for a reason. It has recognized traits no other species possesses. Humanity is ready to rise." Humans began preparing the ship for interstellar travel. Energy systems hummed steadily, propulsion activated, and sensors extended to scan deep space. The vessel was now not only a repository of ancient knowledge, but also a tool capable of exploring, understanding, and interacting with the galaxy in ways previously impossible. Mara stood on the observation deck looking at the planets below. "Earth will never be the same," she said. "We have the power, the knowledge, and the responsibility to shape our future. But we must do it carefully. The galaxy is vast and we are small, but capable." Captain Elias joined her. "We've seen what humans can do when we work together. This ship proves that intelligence, courage, and creativity can surpass raw power. Now it's our turn to lead, not through domination, but through example." The first test of humanity's new capabilities came sooner than expected. A distant star system, long abandoned, showed signs of instability. Planets were at risk and energy anomalies threatened life. The humans activated the ship's tools and began stabilizing the system, using ancient technology with precision and care. The consortium watched in awe. Aliens who had spent centuries mastering technology were outmatched, not by force, but by human ingenuity, adaptability, and quick thinking. Every calculation, every adjustment, every decision was guided, not just by logic, but by creativity and courage. This is incredible," one alien scientist whispered. "They are not just using the technology, they are improving it, adapting it, understanding it in ways we never could." Varel nodded. "Humans are proving themselves again. Not through strength, not through numbers, but through intelligence, creativity, and unity. The galaxy will never doubt them again." As humans continued to explore and stabilize distant systems, the alien ship revealed more of its secrets. Holographic maps showed lost civilizations, pathways through uncharted space, and energy sources that could revolutionize travel and communication. Humans began to understand the patterns of life, civilization, and energy across galaxies. Mara said, "This knowledge is incredible, but it comes with responsibility. We must use it wisely. The galaxy is watching, and we must set an example." "Captain," Elias replied, "exactly. Humans have survived countless challenges on Earth. We've learned to adapt, to innovate, to cooperate. Now we can extend those lessons to the stars." The ship itself seemed to recognize humanity's intentions. Its energy pulsed in harmony with their thoughts, adjusting systems to support exploration, teaching, and protection. It no longer tested them. It guided them, as if acknowledging that humans were worthy inheritors of its legacy. Outside, the aliens whispered among themselves. The galaxy had long underestimated humanity. But now, they had proof that humans could handle responsibilities far beyond their home planet. Thali said quietly, "They are no longer the small, weak species we thought them to be. They are leaders, innovators, and explorers, and the ship, it has chosen wisely." Vorel added, "Humanity is ready. The galaxy will see it soon." Humans began making careful decisions. They did not seek to conquer or dominate. Instead, they stabilized star systems, shared knowledge cautiously with willing civilizations, and explored unknown regions. Every action reflected their unique combination of intelligence, courage, and creativity. Mara smiled as she studied the stars. "We've come a long way from a single planet. But we've learned something important. Strength alone is meaningless. Creativity, courage, adaptability. These are what define a species." Captain Elias nodded. "And now, we have the tools to expand our reach responsibly. The ship, its knowledge, and our abilities can guide us, and the galaxy, toward a better future." As Earth looked up at the skies, the massive alien ship hovered silently, a beacon of humanity's potential. No longer insignificant, humans had proven themselves to the galaxy. They were adaptable, courageous, and intelligent, capable of understanding and responsibly wielding power beyond imagination. For the first time in history, humanity had unlocked a legacy far beyond their world. A legacy that had been waiting patiently for the species capable of understanding it. Captain Elias turned to Mara. "The galaxy will never be the same, and neither will we. This is our new dawn." Mara looked out at the stars. A dawn built on courage, creativity, and unity. We have a responsibility, but we are ready. The ship pulsed with energy, alive and aware, ready to guide humanity into the stars. Humans were no longer the underestimated species. They were explorers, innovators, and leaders. They were a force defined not by strength or numbers, but by creativity, courage, and intelligence.